everybody, it's Howard and welcome back to the HR Show Experience. Today we are going to be talking about Dancing with the Stars. Now, listen, okay? I know I've made a video on this before, when Whitney Houston was on there. And I know that I just could not seem to come together with it because I just couldn't even seem to stay awake. But I said, Brandy's on here, they got a good cast, let me just try this again. Okay, so that's what I'm here to do. So I watched the daggone thing, and the first thing I look at, and I'm like, oh my god, this show is just made to be old. Like, you know, American Idol and those other shows, they're very, like, you know, current, they're upbeat, they're for a younger audience. This one, everything was just a throwback. Like, the set was old, the dancers were wearing things that made them look old, kind of, and the audience was full of old people. But it's okay. I mean, they had some good music, but like, I think another thing they should do is also, you know, it's cute that they have a band, but they should just pay the extra money to use the actual artist's song. That is something I think will make this show just go the most, because like it's like they have someone else covering the songs. It's an okay idea, but you know, for the purpose of this video, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. We'll just, you know, move on. The first person who was dancing, who was doing the dance, was Audrina. Audrina from the Hills. She was good. Don't really have too much to say about her. And the first thing I'm noticing, I'm like, what is wrong? These judges are just weird. They are odd. They are a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? I just don't understand. Because, okay, we have the first woman who's on the left. She was on the Wendy Williams show, and she was doing the most. I was like, okay, well, maybe this show's going to give me something. Maybe they're going to be able to be a little kooky, a little kooky up in there to make me, you know, get some form of life from this performance that I'm going to be watching. Then we have the old man in the center, who I just don't know what's going on with him. And we have the one on the end who is it's like these award shows need to have some foreign person with an accent just to make them, you know, stay afloat. But either way, I didn't ever understand what he was saying. I didn't understand. I wasn't sure. I was just trying to get it together. I was just trying to make it through. I can't quite remember what was going on, but I can't remember his name either. But the football guy, it was just kind of funny to me. I couldn't help but just giggle and giggle on the inside. But I mean, he did a good job, I guess. Everyone on this show did a good job. Then we have Kyle Massey, the Disney boy, you know, and it's like all of these Disney characters, all these people that they hire are Disney 24/7. It's like he couldn't help but be bubbly and like just full of, like, you know, sugar plums and gumdrops while he was there. He just had no choice. It was just like it's like Disney just has like a hold on him, like work, doing the most, you know, like you're going to be happy, you're going to be chipper, you're going to be our little Santa's little helper, you know. But it's okay. He did a good job, but he gave a performance. I really enjoyed it. But what I'm trying to figure out is, why are the judges acting so weird? It's like you're in a room full of people who want the spotlight. Each and every one of them was showing out. They get the standing up, they get the shouting and doing the most, and I'm like, they're just shaking a good foot on the dance floor. What in the world? I don't understand. Maybe they had a drink before they started the show. If they did, that would make me understand. Just come up and say, listen, we had a cocktail. We had about 5. We had a good 10, and that's why we show out at the show. It's okay, and I will understand. It will be all right. I will understand, okay? Then we have Rick Fox coming on there doing his thing. That man is about 20 feet tall, and his partner, was about a good 5, okay? No, not even 5, a good 3 foot nothing, you know, just a mess. But she said, I had these heels specially made just for us, because, you know, normally I'll be dancing in about a heel that is 3.1 inches tall, you know, but I had to make a good 4. Honey, you needed a good 6. You needed to get some stiletto. You needed something to lift you up, or forget it, just have him pick you up and, honey, swing your feet while we're dancing, swing your feet while we're dancing, do-si-do, a do-si-do, a do-si-do, ah! I know, it was too much, I understand. Then we have Margaret Cho. Okay, Margaret Cho. I loved it. It was 10 across the board for me. If I had been there, I would have given her a 10. The judges were all wrong. I think that they're taking this just to be a mess, okay? Because listen, I ain't even watched the show. That I just don't understand. But mind you, I also don't know anything about dance, so you know, I have to take what I say with a grain of salt. But yeah, and still, she's a comedian. She's a funny woman. That's what she needs to give us. The people that are watching for her to watch for her know that she's a comedian, and they want to have a kiki that want to funny. That was beautiful. She was doing all of this, and then she was giving us different stuff. Like she was falling. She was just messy for no reason. I loved it, and they were saying, "Oh, did you mean to do that? Oh, well, you can do the real dance. Why do you have to be funny? Why do you have to do?" Well, because she's a comedian. That's what we want. That's what we're asking for. That's what's going to keep us tuning back again. Because, like I said, this show makes me sleepy. Then we have the person that I wanted to see. The whole reason that I'm watching this show, Brandy. Brandy comes on and I'm like, hold on, wait, but can't Brandy dance? Because she was dancing in that movie Cinderella with Whitney Houston and that Polo boy. They was dancing, you know. So I mean, she can do a little two-step, you know. She can do a little bit, you know. So I'm like, well, let's see what she's gonna do. And I'm hearing that she's taking it very seriously. I'm hearing she's trying to win this bad boy. She's trying to scoop up that trophy. Cause you know, let me just say this before we press on here. And when I first heard that Brandy was going to be doing this with the stars, I'm like, Brandy, what in the world are you doing, girl? Are you stupid? And has everyone on your camp gone mad? Why are you on this show? What is wrong with you? No, why are you watching? You need to, don't, no. That's what I was thinking, okay? That's what I was thinking. I was really going off. I'm like, why would she do something so silly like this? But she killed it. She did a really good job. I was actually very impressed. I'm like, okay, well, maybe Brandy knows something I don't know. Maybe Brandy's just trying to show us, wait a minute, I can do it all. You know? Maybe I can do it. And she did the daggone thing. She gave me a performance. She danced, but she was setting it off though. She was really trying to get it. She was just fussing and everything. And did you not see Niecy Nash? Miss Niecy Nash? I love her. I love Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash gives me what I need. Hi Niecy. Hi Miss Niecy. How you doing? Then we have Bristol Palin. Now, I already feel some type of way about this. You know, I'm trying to be in her corner because I know she's not a performer, she's not a dancer, and the only reason she's here, the reason why we even know who she is because of her mama, Sarah Palin's, the woman who was running for vice president. Well, listen, she has a ways to go, but you know, you can't really be too hard on her because she's never danced before. She's not even an entertainer. She's just here because of no reason. But listen, the first thing I'm thinking about is, like, first off, why did she should not even have brung up Levi. That was something that should have never come out of her mouth. You said it, okay, we heard it. I don't want to hear it again. It's over. I don't want to hear about none of that stuff. You're here on Dancing with the Stars. I want to focus on you dancing, not you getting knocked up by that boy, okay? Then I'm going on. I'm like, what in the world is she wearing? Honey, you're not running for president. Okay, why do you have that on? We need to see you able to shimmy. Do it. You know, that's what I want to see. But thank the Lord for that little red number she had on up under there with the shimmies on it. Okay, because I'm like, Jesus, if this girl is going to wear something like this every time, I'm not going to watch her. I thank God for DVR so I can fast forward. But she gave me something. She just needs to stretch. She needs to be limber, you know. Bend over. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. You know, we have Florence Henderson. She's next. And I'm like, oh, the Brady Bunch! Yes! That is a messy old woman. That woman is just as messy as the day is long. She said, oh, shit. I just was just like, oh my gosh. She says, yeah, I say that a lot, yeah. Oh my. But you know, she was getting her jiggy down. She was saying, wait a minute, I'm not going to let my author bother me. Hey! And then I have a glimpse, a nice little glimpse. I was like, OMG, is that Jamie Lee Curtis? Jamie Lee, hi Jamie! I'm like, oh, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. That woman gives me what I need. I was like, yes, you better beat up your brother. Beat up your brother in that Halloween H2O. Yes! She gives me something special. I love her. She's one of my favorite actresses. And I mean, she just sat there. She just sat there and just gave you vintage Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, every time you would look over, she would be like, I loved it. Then there was Michael Bolton. He was good. I don't really have too much to say. He just needs to stretch. He just needs to, once again, get limber. Then we had the situation, you know, I was kind of like, we didn't see none of the situation. This is what the situation is. We didn't get none of it. Not a thing. And I said, okay, well, it's okay. I mean, I really don't care, but I felt bad for him because he was very under-rehearsed. He did what, that's what you're supposed to do situation. When you don't know what's going on, when you haven't had a chance to rehearse like everybody else, you stick with what you know. Pump that fist, you know! Oh! Then we have Jennifer Grey, okay? I started to go through because I said, who is she? She's the lady from Dirty Dancing. Oh, how great. And then all of a sudden, I just broke down into tears. I said, ah! Oh! Patrick Swayze's crying. And then what I want to see, I don't know what they were doing, but that was supposed to be something about Dirty Dancing. I wanted, he never pick her up. Listen, at some point in this show, y'all need to recreate that dance. And as a matter of fact, listen, recreate it for the next show. I don't want to see her dance to nothing else. I just want to see her get lifted up over and over again so I can just cry and remember Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze's the best, like, Tu Wong Fu. I love it. Ghost. Molly, you in danger, girl. Yes, I love it all. Then we have David Hasselhoff. Okay, David Hasselhoff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to see him because he's just as messy as can be. Like, you know, of course I didn't think he was going to come in there drunk or whatever, but I'm like, David Hasselhoff, he's, as Wendy Williams would call, a cat daddy. You know, but cat daddy was a stiff daddy. I mean, he needs some Bengay, so he can get limber and loose, you know, doing it. And he was just not able. I mean, he was just decrepit. I said, oh no, not David Hasselhoff, because I was a fan. I used to watch Baywatch. But overall, this is just a messy show. Just a mess. But I'm gonna watch again because the cast is really, really good. It's people that I would be interested in. So I'm gonna watch again. At least until Brandy gets kicked off. Hopefully she doesn't get kicked off until the end. Hopefully she goes all the way. Because Brandy is the type person, people fake on Brandy. People just like, oh, Brandy, she was that young girl with the weave on Moesha, and she was a teen sensation, but she's getting old now, so no one cares. I still care, Brandy. I do. I know you can do it. And I know that, listen, if you win this show, your season's probably going to go to #1. Because I'm going to get it regardless, because I loved Human. I thought, on the corner of first and love, hey, just right there. I loved it. I loved it. It was the best. I liked it a lot. People just wasn't trying to get into it. They wasn't ready. They weren't. But it's okay. But I know you'll do well. And, tell your mommy I said hi. I like her. I like your mom. She's a mess. Just everyone, hello to everyone. And I might want to keep doing, you know, recaps of Dancing with the Stars. Maybe so, I'm not sure. It depends on if I'm able to get through the second show. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.